Happy Thursday, everyone. Now, today we're talking about is the AI SDR. I see these products pop up all the time. All the messaging sounds exactly the same. And I rallied against this. I railed. I didn't rally meant that I railed against this concept on a post the other day. But I wanted to give you something that is actually a better idea. It's really easy to dislike something that someone is building. It's the easiest thing in the world to criticize. So easy. But I actually wanted to provide a alternative thesis. Now, let me talk first about what I think is wrong with the AI SDR. The primary challenge here is that we can't replicate the way we did things in the past. We can't take a junior person without understanding of our market, no understanding of our buyers, whose educational attainment and writing skills are getting worse. You can see this in the data, and expect them to go chat with senior buyers. It just doesn't make sense. And so to take AI with that same model and deploy it also doesn't make sense. What we are saying is that I believe that there's consensus here that this model is broken. And if we believe that it's broken, then what we're saying is that AI will fix it. But AI doesn't fix a broken system. It is a crutch for a failure of thinking. And so instead, I created a concept called the story development representative. And the value of that role is really to be able to spend time with your customers, understand them, understand the market, run small scale human test with like creativity and be held accountable to the test, right? A minimum viable test. If it works, then to work with a team like RevOps, et cetera. So I'm going to give you a framework for the first part of that story development representative and how I believe this should be done, and especially the last part there, which is the handing off to RevOps or a growth ops person to be able to take the manually created ideas that the SDR is running and do that at scale. So let's walk through the first part of the story development representative job and what they would actually do and how they'd actually do it. All right, so I think what replaced the AI SDR is this REC framework record. And I'm just going to be talking about the R today, which is actually research. The E and the C are enrich in Clayflow. And specifically, I use this phrase record because we have to record why our customers bought. And so, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That was the other part of my talk. Okay, great. No. Okay, great. The spotlight effect. Great. So I talk about this go-to-market triangle, which is a topic for another day. There's another video here. And that triangle basically is start with the customer, then figure out the data, and then you have a message hypothesis. And this REC framework is part of that research step. And all of the legit go-to-market leaders I know do some form of this. No, it's down that I want. So you must follow this framework and anchor your research in truth. So Shane Parrish at the Knowledge Project talks a lot about this in one of his recent books. I forget what the Clear Thinking, I think, was the book title. Great name. And basically, it's like you need to get close to truth. And getting close to truth is quite difficult. And this is my process for getting as close as possible to truth. Customers are the one that actually purchased your product. They're the one that handed you the cash. And so you need to get as close to that ground truth as possible. What did you learn from chatting with the customer? Now, if you don't have customers, this is hard. I think you should pay people to have conversations, right? Any good entrepreneur has 50 to 100 conversations with buyers in the market so that they can understand what they need. Then you need to chat with the CEO or the CX person, basically, or an AE, whoever knows the customer the best, who's ever spent the most time with the customer most recently. And what do they say? What do they know from their conversations? Now, this is this is 1 degree removed from truth, but they have a lot of synthesis of that information if they're a good CEO or CX person or an AE. And then the CRM. Now, the data is really important because you have now a 3 pieces of this leg here. You have customer conversation, expert conversations, and the data, right? So if you have a customer that says, well, this is a big problem, I bought, blah, blah, and you look at the data and you say there's only like 2 people that are in those shoes, well, that's not a great play to replicate. So if you have the CRM data and the customer and the expert summary, suddenly you have a lot of ground truth here. Now, the expert summary is not going to be as close to ground truth as CRM, but the customer and the CRM also great ground truth. Then ChatGPT for unique ideas. You can just point your camera here. I did this for owner.com. ChatGPT is really fantastic for inventing and summarizing and giving you other ideas about what you might look for in that research step. Remember, what you're trying to do is take what the customer tells you and match that to data, and ChatGPT is going to help you with that. Now, the greatest thing is you don't have to test this in the market at all. All you got to do is go back to the buyer and be like, this is what you told me. This is what I think the message is. Would you respond to this? And if not, why not? Because that is the distillation of everything that you know. And what they'll say is like, you got it, Jordan, or no, you're totally wrong. And so you don't actually have to test anything in market. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. If enough of customers are like, that's exactly right. Some of the best campaign that I ever sent or close to, there was no personalization at all. I just sat down with the buyer, and that buyer just described to me the message that I should write, that they would respond to, that they've never seen. And they've spent their whole lives getting to that point. So that's what I think is the start of what replaces the AI SDR. I'm going to go into the E and the C probably tomorrow, the next day, or maybe next week. And I gave a Clay talk, an hour and 10 minutes here, which I probably will release sometime soon. I did have it recorded. So thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful Thursday. And for everyone that came Wednesday, thank you. And for everyone that couldn't come because the event was full, I will do this again. And I'm really grateful that that you applied. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. Bye.